Today we're at Matthiessen State Park in Illinois. It is extremely hot and extremely humid. We are going to take the Dells Canyon and Bluff Trail and hopefully going to see a couple of waterfalls. They have a small replica of a fort here to symbolize the French occupation of the area for hunting and trapping, and so it's just a fun little piece of history. So the fort serves as a marker for the trailhead, and as I had read, you go down quite a bit to get to the trails, which means you have to come back up at the end. So below us is Cascade Falls. There'll be a better viewpoint hopefully in the future. I see some spots, it looks like. We've come down 100 feet at least, and this is another 60 or 70 feet down to the bottom here. Well, the width of the trail is huge. This must be one of the more popular parts of the park. I'm going to be curious to see what happens to the trail as we go, because I've seen mention of it becoming quite narrow. So the Canyon Bluff Trail was kind of boring, and we came across some stairs that take you down to the lower dells, in other words into the canyon. The stairs lean a bit, 181 steps down, but it'll be much more interesting down in the canyon itself. On the path down you come across this cool old cement bridge. Really cool. It's quite a bit cooler down here in the canyon, but still super humid. Dew point's over 70. It's very wet and muddy down here. So it's just a couple of tenths of a mile from the stairs back to Cascade Falls. You will have to go through the stream a little bit to get to it, closer to it, so make sure you got some waterproof shoes. When you get down by the base of the falls, there are some caves on both sides. I'm standing inside one right now. And there's one to my left and one across the creek. There's a sign at the top that says no wading, W-A-D-I-N-G. But all the pictures I've seen are of people down here in the water. My wife and I are rule followers, so we'll be staying out of the water. The acoustics down here in this bowl is really cool. Sounds like the waterfall's coming from all directions. If you come here, you've got to come down to the lower dells. If you don't, you're missing out on the best part of the park. The views down here are incredible, and you get so close to the waterfalls. Well, we came up the side closer to the parking lot, and that was about 40 less stairs than the other side, so plan accordingly. You get a ton of water erosion here. The original trail just washed out completely, so now they made like a secondary trail through the woods a little bit. That's not up to standards. So now we're continuing on the Upper Dells Trail, which will take us to the Bathtub Falls and the Lake Falls. Well, I think we reached Lake Matthiessen. This is gross. The water below the surface here is what's flowing into the falls just below us. I don't think anyone down there knows what they're playing around in. So this is Lake Falls, which drops way down in here. People are playing, and the Giant's bathtub. We're currently heading down another big set of stairs to get down to Lake Falls and the Giant's bathtub. These are the falls for Giant's bathtub. Just a couple of feet. Not sure if this is the Giant's bathtub or these big pools here behind me are the Giant's bathtub.